Good evening. I'd like to call the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting to order for January the 13th, 2025. Commissioner Bordone, would you please lead us in the pledge? Thank you. Good evening. My name is Sandy Griffiths, and I'm the chairperson of the Planning and Zoning Commission. I will be presiding over the Commission's deliberations on hearing items this evening. The Planning and Zoning Commission sits in an advisory capacity to Town Council. As such, the Commission reviews planning and zoning issues and forwards recommendations regarding these important issues to the Council. All members are appointed by Council and volunteer their time. If you wish to speak during call to the public on the public hearing items or on tonight's agenda, please pre-register your name with the clerk. When you are recognized by the clerk, please come to the microphone and state your name and address. I will ask that you direct your pertinent comments to the Commission through the chairperson and not the staff or individuals within the audience. A 3-minute time limit will be imposed. After all pre-registered speakers speak, the chair will call for any additional speakers who wish to speak at the call to public to please come forward. This evening's proceedings will be conducted as follows. First, I will read the public hearing item into record. Staff will then present the agenda item and their recommendations to the Commission. The Commission will then ask questions of staff. The floor will then be open to comments from the public regarding the hearing item. After public comment has been closed, the item will return to staff for clarification or comment, then to the Commission for comments and/or a motion and vote. Roll call, please.
Chairperson Griffiths.
Here.
Vice Chairperson Evans.
Here.
Commissioner Rutherford. Absent. Commissioner Bordone.
Here.
Commissioner Laney.
Here.
Commissioner Erb.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Agenda item 4, call to the public. At this time, any member of the public is allowed to address the Planning and Zoning Commission on any issue within the jurisdiction of the Commission, except for those scheduled for a public hearing or action item at tonight's meeting. Clerk, do we have any public comment?
No, Chair.
Thank you. Any announcements from the Commission? None. Thank you. Public hearing item 7A, General Plan Amendment 24-003, 4600 North Wagon Way Duplex, consideration and possible action. Presenting this evening is Mr. Chris Norlock, Development Services Urban Planner 2. Welcome, Mr. Norlock.
Chair Griffiths, for approval of minute 6A, do you want to rearrange the agenda or do you want to go back to that item?
No, thank you. I forgot them. The minutes. How could I do that? So approval of minutes for the November 4th, 2024 regular meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the November 4th, 2024 minutes.
Thank you, Commissioner Bordone. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Erb. We have a motion and a vote for a second. Voice vote, please. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nay? Minutes are approved. Thank you, Carmela.
Welcome.
Mr. Norlock.
Thank you, Chair, Vice Chair, Commissioners. As you said, this is a general plan amendment and zone map change for 4600 North Wagon Way. I do want to just address the newspaper article. It misprinted that it was 24 acres. It's actually just 0.24 acres, and the town never sees the property. I'll be presenting both of them together, but there will be a separate public hearing and vote for each of these items. The parcel is located just east of Robert Road and on the north side of Spouse. The proposal is for a minor general plan amendment and a zone map change to allow for a duplex on the property. This is a map of who was notified. The inner darker blue circle there is a 300-foot radius that would have been notified by the town for this meeting. And then the outer light blue radius there is the 1,000-foot buffer that would have been notified by the applicant for their neighborhood meeting.
I am sorry, Mr. Norlock, that was the 300-foot radius?
The darker inner circle is a 300-foot radius, and then the outside lighter blue is the 1,000-foot radius.
Did we receive any comments, opposition, or support of from this radius?
We have not received any comments.
Thank you.
Currently, the general plan designation for this property is low density. In order for it to be rezoned to residential services to allow for a duplex, a designation of community commercial is required. This area in 2005, council had approved the Robert Road, Luce, and Spouse Drive area specific reinvestment plan. This property was included in that plan for the town to coordinate with street front property owners to develop plans to infill underutilized properties and rezone these to accommodate the new proposed uses. Two of the goals and policies in the general plan that this project meets are to encourage and promote public and private reinvestment in the town's older residential and commercial neighborhoods to help stimulate new growth and development. And the second is to promote development of a variety of housing types. The current zoning to the west of this property and some across the street there on the south side of Spouse are currently zone residential services that are being used as duplexes. To the north up Wagon, where this is aligned as well, is zoned R1 L10. The applicant is looking to rezone to RS and be in alignment with the west neighbors on Spouse for a duplex. This is a conceptual site plan showing the duplex, and as Commissioner Bordone had pointed out, the APN actually is 103-28479. And these are just conceptual elevations of what that duplex would look like. Staff recommends approval of both the general plan amendment and the zone map change. I will take any questions.
I'll open public hearing. Is the applicant here?
I do not see the applicant here.
Commission, do you have any questions for Mr. Norlock? Commissioner Laney, any questions for Mr. Norlock? Commissioner Erb? Yes, we'll call for public comment in 1 second. Thank you. Would you bring back the site plan, please, Mr. Norlock? Is it at all possible, do you think, to talk to the applicant about moving the side setback over to allow for more of an apron for a driveway?
To make move the driveway more north?
I'm sorry?
You're saying move the driveway north on Wagon, up Wagon a little bit?
To maybe put in a turning radius to allow for ease of access out of that duplex on that corner?
Yes,
Just
I can
thought.
talk with them, and I can talk with our traffic engineer as well to see what would be fully required for that turning radius as well.
Very
You're welcome.
much. Clerk Carmella, do we have any public comment on this item?
Yes, Lisa Bergman.
No, come up to the microphone, please. State your name and address.
Lisa Bergman. I live on 3500 North Constance Drive, Prescott Valley, Arizona.
Microphone, it's a little bit difficult.
What now?
Speak into the microphone.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you want me to reiterate that, or? I live on 3500 North Constance Drive, Prescott Valley, Arizona. I've been there since 1983. I'm an Arizona native, so is my husband. We bought our home in '83. American dream, single-family dwelling. How many of you live next to multiple zoning where duplexes, traffic increases because it's not single-family dwelling? Do you guys live near that? Any of you? No, you would not choose that. You would look and see, what's the zoning? What can I afford? Where's my house not going to depreciate because of zoning laws? I've been here forever, and I've watched you guys rezone whenever you darn well want to. And I'm talking about the city council. Put it to a vote. Put it to the people's vote. They just elected 4 people that you guys didn't want. So listen to the people and put it on a general election or a primary so that you know those people are going to be there to vote because they're voting for other elected officials. Don't hide it to make it easier for you to pass what you want. How many of you are business people here? That's a conflict of interest. You should be serving the public, not your wallets. I love Arizona. I don't mind the Californian people coming here. I think they want to live in nice homes in Prescott Valley, just like the rest of us do. And I don't think that you guys using the excuse that we need apartments. The prices are high. I've looked at them over there off of Florentine and Majesty. They're expensive. People can't afford that. So you know what they do? They rent homes in single-family dwellings, and police officers say they can't bother to do the paperwork to do it because by the time they do the paperwork to get that person, 10 families in one house out of there, they've already moved out. So there's nothing we can do. No one's enforcing the laws. There's no CCNRs.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else in the audience who wishes to make a public comment on this agenda item? Ma'am, you said you wanted to speak on this?
Hi, I'm Dawn Shepard. My sister has a house on Wagon Way, and she's elderly and she doesn't understand, so I just came to find out what's happening. I don't understand, and I'm trying to explain it to her so she doesn't worry. She has a rental on Wagon Way.
So, Mr. Norlock, would you care to reiterate what we're doing this evening with this general plan amendment and zoning map change?
Yes, so this is currently single-family, it's zoned for single-family home, and they're trying to rezone it in order to do a duplex on it.
And where's the duplex going to be?
The duplex is on the corner of Wagon Way and Spouse.
Okay. So how will that affect her, my sister? She lives on Wagon Way. Is the zoning going to change?
The zoning is just for this particular lot. It doesn't affect any others.
Okay. Okay.
If you'd like to fill out a speaker card as well, Carmela, where will she find that?
At the door.
We
Thank
don't
you.
have to do a speaker card. I just registered her in the
Okay,
system
perfect.
on the fly
Thank you.
here.
Thank you for coming this evening. I'll bring General Plan Amendment GPA 24-003 back to the commission for a motion and/or a vote.
Okay, I'll move that the commission approve GPA 24-003.
Thank you, Commissioner Evans. Do we have a second?
I'll second that with a comment. There were some comments made about the rezoning and transitional and how this transitions to the neighborhood. I went out there and viewed this, and it actually transitions. I understand how we don't want to insert some of this into a single-family neighborhood, but this is on the boundary of that neighborhood and actually in an area that is transitioning into other commercial activities. So that's why I'm seconding it. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Bordone. We have a motion by Vice Chair Evans to approve General Plan Amendment GPA 24-003 and a second by Commissioner Bordone. Clerk Carmela, would you call for the vote, please?
Commissioner Laney? Commissioner Bordone?
Yes.
Commissioner Erb?
No.
Vice Chair Evans?
Yes.
Chairperson Griffiths?
Yes. Commissioner Erb, would you like to state why you voted no?
See if I can sum this up in a few words and not take too terribly long. In reviewing this, I have, in my mind, similar concerns to the resident that got up and spoke about, buying or having a single-family home, understanding it is on the boundary of a commercial area, and the lot was originally designated single-family. And my thought is, and the reason for voting no is, I do agree that there has to be a line in the sand when it comes to some of this, and what's to prevent the next lot within a residential area such as this to being rezoned because somebody wants to tear down an older home and build a duplex, and where do we draw that line? And I think this is that opportunity in my mind.
Thank you very much for your comments. Inasmuch as the zoning map change goes hand in glove with the general plan amendment, and Mr. Norlock has already made his presentation, I will open up the public hearing for 7B. Are there any comments from the commission regarding 7B for the zoning map change?
I have a stipulation I'd like to add to it,
To the zoning map change? Yes, ma'am.
and I will read it. This zone change to be in effect for 5 years from the date of first approval. If construction is not started by that date, the zoning reverses back to the original zoning of RIL10. Now I will open it up to the commission to determine whether or not 5 years is adequate or they would like to change it.
Thank you. Commissioner Erb, any comments?
No, ma'am, I'm fine with 5 years.
Thank you. Commissioner Bordone?
I have a problem with that stipulation. 5 years would be fine.
Vice Chair Evans?
Totally fine by me.
I do have one comment in your first, read it again.
Okay. The zone change to be in effect for 5 years from the date of final approval. If construction is not started by that date, the zoning reverts to the original zoning of R1, RIL10.
Stephen, Town Attorney, do you think we should say approval by Town Council? Because that's kind of nondescript, final approval by what?
What I would be concerned with, the final approval, you're referring to final approval of which body?
By council.
Okay, I would insert that.
And I don't have a problem with that either, so that'd be a stipulation going forward to council. Thank you. We have a motion
That you're referring to as, I would say it's a condition.
a condition, thank you. Do we have a condition, a motion for the condition by Commissioner Laney?
I will move it.
A second?
Second.
Thank you. Carmela, would you call for the vote, please?
Commissioner Laney?
Yes.
Commissioner Bordone?
Yes.
Evans?
Yes.
Commissioner Erb?
Yes.
And Chairperson Griffiths?
Yes. Do we have a motion for zoning map change 24-004?
I move that we adopt zoning map change number ZMC 24-004 as conditioned by the previous motion.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Commissioner Laney. We have a motion for ZMC 24-004 with the stipulated condition and a second by Commissioner Laney. Carmela, would you call for the vote, please?
Commissioner Bordone,
Yes.
Commissioner Laney,
Yes.
Chairperson Evans,
Yes.
Commissioner Erb,
Yes.
Person Griffiths.
Yes. I will close the public hearing, and our next agenda item is adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
A voice vote, all of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any nay?